Well, that was a dose of humiliation. I'm sitting here broke down alongside the sidewalk. Too hot. Didn't drink enough water today. Got a little dizzy. I was like, I better sit in some shade, pound some water. At least I brought water this time. And a lady walks by me. I saw her at the bottom when I stopped. And she's got one kid in a stroller, one kid on her arm, and she's breastfeeding and she's trucking up this hill. And I'm sitting here broke down on the sidewalk. Talk about humiliation. But you know what would be more humiliating? Staying at home and not even getting out here and busting a sweat and getting my steps. That'd be more humiliating. Hey, I'm pretty excited. I just found this footage from last summer, and I thought I'd put it into a drive. It went into a folder on the drive, and I thought it just got erased somewhere and I lost it. So I just stumbled across it. So I didn't edit it well. I just kind of smashed everything into it was basically a file. I was using 2 cameras that day, so this is only one of them. The other camera was my GoPro, and I only shot a little bit on it. And I don't know where that footage is now, but I was excited to find this. And like I said, I didn't do much editing. I just kind of smashed it all together. But this was, one of those, days that really sticks out as a great memory. So I'm happy to share that with you, and I hope you enjoy it. Have a great day. Time to pick a route, with or without stairs. What do you think? Well, I'm not at all excited about moving on from Albania, but let's stop and look at the pretty flowers for a second. You can hear the crickets or whatever chirping. I know I turned you sideways, but hopefully you're getting that pretty flower. That's just a beautiful, fuchsia color. Anyway, I'm headed up to the castle today. I'm in Gjirokaster. Don't ever say I can pronounce anything correctly, because I try and it's just anyway, I'm in Gjirokaster, headed up to the castle. My legs, it was like a week ago I did that 4 mountains in Kirkau. Spent all day on my legs, and remarkably my knees didn't hurt, but I'm still feeling it in my legs. So did some damage that day. So today we're going to take it easy. So everywhere you look. So I'm in Gjirokaster, Albania, getting ready to move on from Albania, trying to cram in as many last little sites as I can. And of course, it's Albania. It's summertime, so you can see those rain clouds up there. I don't think I posted it, but I made a video all about the importance of carrying an umbrella in Albania in the summertime. And today, I think, will be a perfect example of that. I'm expecting afternoon showers, and I got my little $5 umbrella in my backpack, and just gonna keep stepping. What else are you gonna do? So one thing that's not readily apparent in the videos is just how massive these mountains are. And then there's all kinds of cool places I want to go explore. Like right there, right above my thumb, there's 3 little holes in that mountainside. They look like caves or mines or something. But just kind of makes me curious. I want to go check it out. But I can't overstate how massive that mountain is, how high it is in real person or in person. The video always distorts it, so it's kind of hard to, unless you spend a lot of time filming and watching the video, it's kind of hard to appreciate just how big that mountain is. But that's a mountain we had to drive around to get here. So the road coming from Korcha, you basically come in on a little bit farther south, I think, of that mountain, and you have to drive north around the mountain and come back here to Gjirokaster or go off to Saranda, which we'll do soon. I suppose you could skateboard on that, but I don't think you'd want to. The real reason I turned on the camera was twofold. One, this beautiful sign tells you how to get where you're going. I'm not sure what a Hotel Fantasy is like in Albania, but very religious country. But then check out this beautiful building here. Again, no idea what it is. I'm just walking around, sorting shit out as I go. I did get some directions off the internet and then confirmed them. We're headed up to that castle, and got a few dollars in my pocket, so we may stop and get some lunch. But this is just fabulous. Had to switch over to wide lens there. This is just fabulous. Yeah, just beautiful. There's one last look there. What a beautiful building, man. So how old is that wheelchair ramp, and how many other places were doing stuff like that at a similar time? I'm guessing it's old. And I don't think many other... I'm guessing that wheelchair ramp is pretty old, because I see them everywhere, and they're like in the original rock work. And I don't think many communities were doing things like that, but I see it all over Albania. I just love that mountain. It's so beautiful. But I've got one in front of me to climb. Not real excited about that, but already sweating. It's summertime in Albania, and you're gonna sweat. There it is, already smoked. Not even half a kilometer in to this hill climb. Already smoked. Oh man, smoked. So this little drainage looks like how to get hurt as a kid. Gently slopes down, but then you have a couple of these vertical drops. Beautiful old bridge there, but I look at that as a kid going, hey, that's a great place for a skateboard or something similar. And you just got to bail off before the end, or get a catch line or something. But I think the creek probably goes underground or vertical right up there. But I mean, where does that door go? Right? A country known for its bunkers and secret hideaways. Kind of look at everything differently. You can see the new bridge. At least they put up some old, I guess it's not that new. It looks a lot newer on top, but this concrete's pretty old. They can put the rock up there. How you doing? It's funny, how no matter how far you are to the right, people do everything they can to pass as close to you as they can. It's the most annoying thing. That guy was so close. I could elbow him without moving my shoulders forward. It's just, I don't understand that practice, but I'm standing alone on a bridge and he wants to get as close to me as possible. The California and me, just the American, worried about getting thrown on the tracks or over the bridge by some crazy. They don't have that problem here. But boy, it is hot. And that is a great view. I'm gonna keep stepping slowly.
1943, 12 to 24, 1943. I'm not sure what this signifies, but somebody can translate that. $24.12. Now that I think about it, that's Christmas Eve, 1943. It's interesting. These scooters, these poor scooters. They rent a bunch of them in Saranda, and watch these tourists pile two individuals who are too big for it individually on top of those scooters and bomb up and down the highways. Just a craziness waiting to happen. So that looks like one route up there, but I'm going to take the long route, circle this mountain a little. It's a little less steep, and I get a great view of the mountains out here. So I'm in no hurry. I've got all day with only a few objectives, so I planned well for this trip. Lots of downtime, lots of do nothing time. Gives me the freedom to just kind of explore and enjoy. Kind of a cool old roof. Another example of an old rock roof. Can't believe I walked away without getting a picture of this. You can hear that old plane down there, center, taking off, but check out this view, man. Sounds like an old World War II plane. Getting close. You can see all the tour buses down there. There's more right here. There's the church. The castle's over there, but this view is just spectacular. Man. Just phenomenal. Can you imagine living way up there and having to walk to town every day? Can't even see town. I guess that large building center, that's the base level of town. That's one hell of a climb every day. They are great about their signs here. Check out this big sidewalk. Make it super easy to walk up. Some old ruins here. Who knows how old these are, but well, that was a dose of humiliation. I'm sitting here broke down alongside the sidewalk. Too hot. Didn't drink enough water today. Got a little dizzy. I was like, I better sit in some shade, pound some water. At least I brought water this time. And a lady walks by me. I saw her at the bottom when I stopped. And she's got one kid in a stroller, one kid on her arm, and she's breastfeeding and she's trucking up this hill. And I'm sitting here broke down on the sidewalk. Talk about humiliation. But you know what would be more humiliating? Staying at home and not even getting out here and busting a sweat and getting my steps. That'd be more humiliating. Kind of looks like an old fire station, right? Definitely a beautiful little building. This is interesting to me though. This is real interesting to me. You can't really see it because of the water stains, but after staring at it for a while, I can make out the dudes. Looks like a lady up here in the front. So it looks like a lady, a couple ladies in front. Number 3 looks like a man, then lady, then man with flute, and a couple other men. Looks like they're dancing in a procession of some sort, but definitely neat little memorial there. Okay, well, just downed one of my frozen waters that I left the apartment about, I don't know, less than an hour ago with a frozen solid water. It's now pure liquid, so that tells you how warm it is. But I guess I left about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 ago. But it's just drank one. And it looks like there's a market right here, so I'm gonna buy a ton more water, but getting close to the top, I definitely hit the wall there. It's embarrassing as hell having to sit down on the side of the sidewalk, but I'm not gonna give up over a little dehydration and lack of preparation. Just gonna drive on. So there's our view. And this is kind of interesting, the castle, but it looks like they're putting in an underground parking here. You can see there's a big open walk area here, courtyard kind of area. But how ingenious. Yeah, this is going to be super once they're finished with it. It's just amazing. You know, I've had the worst luck with street dogs this week. I don't know what it is, but got chased a few times in Gjirokaster. Oh, look at that stairwell. Or I got chased a few times in Korcha, and then yesterday here in Gjirokaster, I had a dog just snarling at me. I don't know why either. I didn't really do anything I thought that would set it off. It's just an unhappy puppy, I think. You know, sometimes you scare a dog, sometimes you enter their space. I didn't seem to do any of that. That's gonna be super. Oh, definitely feel better. Definitely feeling better. I drank a couple bottles of water, bought some salt. Had to buy like half a kilo of salt, but whatever. Salt made all the difference in the world. Been fasting pretty hard the last few days, so I think the lack of salt in my diet really hit me hard today. I had that little bit of salt and I just perked right up. Oh yeah, check this out. Definitely worth the walk. Just beautiful, right in front of the hotel. You get all their names. Nice little walkways. And we're gonna keep going up and up and up. Lots of tourist stuff. Lots and lots of tourist stuff. These little foam airplanes are my favorite. I love throwing those things. Lots of stuff from China, but also lots of local made stuff or stuff from Greece. Most of these ornaments I found out are all made in China. Well, check out this little side shoot here. Nice little cafe area. Just spectacular though. And up we go. Definitely not a place to wear heels. It's all vertical and the stones are a little rough on the feet. but we're going up. It's funny, this wall and drainage could be, you know, super old or super new. It's hard to say, not known. That there looks like it was definitely cut a long time ago. You can see the road above on that wall. There's these little switchbacks. I'm gonna take the slow route in the shade, take my time, and enjoy life. Let's not disturb the puppy there, but I think I hear voices in there. Sign says this way. Oh yeah, people are coming out there. Too interesting. It's funny listening to the rubber squeak on these rocks. Definitely wouldn't want to drive this in the snow. This is interesting. Check this out. Looks like maybe some sort of water chute from above. Then you come over here. That is definitely a cave going down of some sort. You can see pretty deep in there. I'm not crawling in there today. I'm still a little too fat to go crawling in small caves. Just think about how many hours it took just to lay the stone walkway here. Just up and up and up. We can see the wall now. Security lights. Always good signs here, always good signs. That's up. And that's up. And we have down. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Something Castro is placed so wonderfully crowded with the beautiful bits of landscape that knowing how few can be portrayed, even with this utmost energy, an artist is angry with himself for not being able. Not really sure what that means. I'm sure it translates better, but let me try it again. Agaro, or Castro is placed so wonderfully crowded with the beautiful bits of landscape that knowing how few can be portrayed, even with the utmost energy, an artist is angry with himself for not being able. That makes sense when I read it coherently. But this view is just spectacular. Let me switch to wide angle. So this is over towards the, I took a right when I got to the top and towards the aqueduct ruins. I'm not there yet, but this overlook is just fabulous. You can see a little bit of rain probably coming in. And that looks like the uphill side of the castle. But look at this view. And you can imagine back in the day when they were fighting with swords and spears, that if you're up in this castle, you've got at least a day before anybody gets to here, because you're going to see them at that end. They're not coming over these mountains. There's no way. You know, maybe a few men, but I mean, that mountain's nearly vertical there in front of us. And then to the right, I think you're going to have the same view of the valley. It's just a fabulous little, you know, dreamy place if you're living back in those days, because I mean, talk about defendable. It's got a nice river, very lush land for farming, and these mountains provide the perfect security. And you're not fighting up this hill. I don't care what you say, you know, you're not bringing siege weapons up this hill against walls. Wouldn't even need walls that big, but you know, because I mean, this mountain is so steep. You can see it in the stairs over here. You can see how it just drops away. Like that walkway just drops away. That's level. About as level as I can get. And from here I can even see my hotel, I think. Yeah, I think my hotel is, I'm gonna have to double check, but I think it's right there. And that, right there, I think that's my hotel. Or Airbnb. Craziness. Wow, the tiniest bit of cloud cover made a huge difference. All of a sudden, just really cooled down. One thing I didn't shoot a good picture of, let me turn this around. Okay, check out this beautiful house right here, houses. And that's like a rock landscape over there, just open rock. But this little hillside with the trees is just spectacular to me. The green just pops in the sunlight. And then that is one steep little washout there. It just kind of gives you an idea of the extreme verticalness of this area. You zoom in over there, you can kind of see it's just super vertical. And then looking down here, this is that walkway I was showing earlier. It goes right down to the city. This is a really popular art form here in southern Albania. I've seen a lot of artists with it. turtle's probably my favorite. He's got a little kitten, bigger pieces. Just beautiful.
Hi.
Hi. So we are, the admissions, 400 lek to get in the castle. It's not bad at all. The walk was murder though. I love how they don't whitewash their history. So here it says, and you know, most places it's at least in 2 languages. I've seen 3 and 4 languages. It says, we don't forget in the memory of the anti-communist martyrs that were tortured, punished, that were arrested, punished, tortured, executed, died of torture, and disappeared at the prison of Gjirokaster Castle, one of the most notorious prisons of the communist dictatorship. The Seven Windows Prison, 1944 to 1970, was here, a big part of our national elite. A little bit of rain, but we're going to venture out just to get a quick peek. Man, this place is straight out of a movie, straight out of a fairy tale. Everything was so well thought out. And when you read the history about this place, about the torture and all the other stuff that happened, look at that, the water comes down there, collects, and then goes down these 3 options. Yeah, man. So cool. Definitely don't want to be up here in a thunderstorm. Yeah, it's a good time to get inside. Usually this will last an hour or 2, sometimes longer, but c'est la vie, right? What are you going to do? Cry and go home? Such a weird scene. And that's actually dirt floor there still. So crazy. Oh wow, look at that blue sky. Just super. Little courtyard up here on the top of the castle. Just super. Kind of an ominous little end to the walkway here. Just goes back. I wish I brought my laser. Makes you wonder what was there. Just like Butryn, watch out for the big tours. They just block everything and don't care about anybody else. This is fabulous. I swear if I were to stand still in an open field, somebody would walk into me. Check this out. Pretty cool. See, that's one of the roads up over there. I've never wanted to yell "make a hole" so bad in my life. That big crowd up there, they're standing right at the entrance. It's a major thoroughfare to go right and left, and they just don't care, just block everything. Definitely adds a whole new perspective. Like I was saying, from up here, back in the days of spears and swords, there's really no way to attack this place. I mean, you could throw pebbles from up here and take out people. Just super, just spectacular. Oh wow, I didn't notice that before. There's a road. There's a road or a trail going up alongside that gorge right up the left side. And we're now looking down on the top of that little mountain, that little hill. Check out this little stubby guy. I wonder how far that baby's shot. Probably not far at all. Wouldn't really need to. There's the, it's not four corners, I think it's five corners, maybe it's four corners, but there's the center of the square looking down the street. Man, I could stay up here all day. Looks like a little more rain might drop on us though.
Passioni opposta.
Straight out of the movies. People are crazy. Got this entranceway here. This looks all OG. It's been many reconstructions up here, but looks like this was the original entranceway to this courtyard. And the castle was rebuilt, or the clock, they said. This is just spectacular. Modern update to what was probably an ancient irrigation system. Always honking. Oh, there's a cool picture of the road right there. Love how they striped it with different stones. There's a couple different places that talk about these bats. One of our helpful neighbors. Just kind of scan it. Look at that mountain, just gorgeous. We have the raven, the common kestrel, European bee eater, Egyptian vulture. I haven't seen a vulture, I've seen all the others. And it's funny because even with the bee eaters around, there are tons and tons of bees here. I would say it's the national animal of Albania. So check out that wall. See the big tree in the center? Check out that wall. Nice little area.
It's always funny trying to get the perfect picture of the flag just right. And with people, you kind of use yourself to hide the people and get the flag, and you never know what you're going to get.
You know, the grunt in me, I was never a grunt, but the soldier in me stands up here and looks at this wall. And how many men spent how many hours standing on this wall in defense over how many centuries? It's just, mind numbing. Just mind numbing. What was going through their thoughts? Were they thinking about barbecue? Were they thinking about girls? Were they thinking about beer? Were they actually concerned about an enemy attacking? Spent a lot of time standing on a wall. It's probably the worst duty I've ever had. Boy, that just looks like it winds down and down and down. I see the staircase, it just keeps going lower and lower.
Questa cosa mi piace. Cioè, mi piace lo stile, la pietra, capito? Mi piace.
Can you imagine running this rounded staircase in leather-soled shoes that are slick and wet in the rain? It just winds over here, running up and down. And talk about how to break a leg. Yeah, so this is the other view looking out. Nice new road there, nice big sidewalks. But again, imagine swords and spears, about the only way to enter is right there. And you're not getting to this castle anytime quick. It'll be well defended by the time you get here. Got this little hill in front of you, but you can imagine they had sentries out on the edges of the valley too. Can't imagine anybody would ever think it was impenetrable. So we're up here on the tip point, and there's a stairwell or walkway down there. It couldn't have been a fun journey. Frankly, I'm not sure what arrow slits would good they would do this high up. I mean, who's shooting arrows at you? Anything can come up this far, and from where? It's probably just a reflexive construction technique, but you know, I mean, frankly, you could sit up here and just throw rocks. It is really funny sitting up here. You can hear dogs, roosters, sheep. It's just the funniest thing in the world. That rooster cackle carries so far.
selten ist der vierte der Start. Das ist eine dramatische Situation. Das ist typisch. Die Häuser sind hier alle aus dem 18. Ja, viele laufen verlassen, aber viele manche sind auch geworden, weil die haben auch getroffen. Ja, wenn sie das, dann müssen sie auch das Bild für ein neues Dach zumindest stehen, ne? Ja, weil die wollen nicht, ne? Wenn das Dach nicht dicht ist, was wird man? Der Stadt kommt nicht entgegen, ne? Das ist das Problem. Das ist sehr traurig und die Wahrheit ins Auge zu sehen. In der Kommunismusperiode waren alle Häuser mit 20 Kind gefällt. Alles im besten Zustand. Das ist alles jetzt so in dieser dramatischen Situation in den letzten 30 Jahren. Weil viele sind verlassen und auch diejenigen, die geblieben sind, die sind nicht in der Lage, ihre Häuser zu versorgen. Ja. So ist die Situation wirklich. Sehr dramatisch. Schaut dahinter, ne? Die sind schon total verfallen mit den anderen Vierteln. Die Moschee ist nicht komplett neu restauriert. Die türkische Hilfe. Die Häuser.
Boy, I got home just in time. It's going crazy out there. You can see that it's on the building next door. Poor Albanian flag down there is just getting hammered. Kind of surprised the power's still on. Can't even see the castle. It's always funny, you can see it with the camera, not with, you can barely see it with the naked eye. It is some sideways rain. But just a second ago that was full of hail. Now we get the water pulling up. And we get the, well, we're not getting them now. We were getting some big splashes like boulders hitting down there. That little vent is just spinning. That flag goes from crazy to flat. Yeah, lots of lightning. Well, it's a nice foggy morning here. You can barely see down the road, but heading out to the bus. I got about 20 minutes to make it across the street, get on the bus, head out to Saranda. I'm in the snap count in the final few days here. You know, we're counting days in a wake up at this point, single digit days. So still not too happy to be leaving Albania, but you know, it is what it is. It's been a really great experience, and you know, I'm not exactly sure when I'll be back, but I definitely intend on coming back and spending a lot more time here.
I've made too many friends and missed too many opportunities to make friends with people I just wasn't around long enough. Really great people here. Man, I'm smoked. The hills, the sun, the stairs, just been beating me up the last 2 days. Finally sat down at the tavern here and had an utter feast. They made this vegetable risotto and then the chicken fillets here. I usually struggle to finish them, and today was no different. Plus I had the risotto. It was just super, but not excited about leaving Albania, especially all the friends I've started making here, and all the interesting people you meet. But I gotta get my ass upstairs, up the stairs, and get packing. Next week is just going to be go, 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 go. So I've got to be packed and planned, and start detailing out that plan. Like tomorrow morning at 7, I'm going swimming. At 8, I'm doing breakfast. At 9, I'm getting my hair cut. That type of thing. Back to the grind. Have a great day.